What's going on? Welcome to Learn to Freestyle, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning one of my favorite tricks that I do all of the time. It's called the butterfly, and it's actually a trick which originated from foot bag. In my opinion, if done correctly, it can be one of the most stylish and slickest moves out there. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe for more tutorials. And if you're a beginner and you want to learn how to do freestyle, make sure you check out my course, Fundamental Freestyle. You can find that at my website. But without further ado, let's get into this butterfly tutorial. This is what the trick looks like. So as you can see, this is basically a clipper variation, and it should go without saying that you need to have a good clipper to do this. And I made a tutorial on how to improve your clipper and get really good at it around this time last year, and I will link it here. So make sure you go and check that out if you need to improve your clipper. If you're not that good at it, then I would say that you're not quite ready for this trick just yet. And the next thing you need to be good at is the inside around the world. So the way that I do it is that I do the around the world part with my weaker foot and the clipper with my strong. So you need to make sure that you can do the inside around the world nice and smooth. And I would recommend doing at least 3 in a row consecutively without any problems. So the whole idea of this trick is that we're going to bring these two moves together, the inside around the world into the clipper. And we're basically going to think of it in our minds as like a step over. We're going to step over the ball, bring our foot over the ball, and then go down into a clipper. And that's exactly how you want to think of it. So we're going to bring our entire body over the ball and go into the clipper. And that's the first step we're going to practice. So when you do this, you want to do it around the world, but you're not going to do it normally. You're not going to hit the ball directly up. Instead, you're going to generate a bit more spin on it if you can, and start to move across the ball instead. So instead of going directly up, you're just going to come straight across. And think about shifting your body right across, because it's really important to create the space and the time for you to be able to do the clipper. Another thing you should note about this technique is that you're keeping the ball pretty low. It's not like a normal around the world. You want to use the spin to your advantage and keep the ball nice and low. This is a very important step because this is where I see people getting the trick wrong. They try and do a normal around the world, which means the ball comes straight up and your body isn't in line with it. And then that just makes the clipper much harder because you need to try and get your foot out of the way whilst the ball is coming down, and then try and use the clipper, and the timing is just all out of control and it just doesn't work. So if you try this trick and that's what's happening, it's not that the trick is too hard and it's not that you're not fast enough. It's just that you've got the technique wrong and you just need to get out of your own way and give yourself that little bit of space to do the clipper. So that's the technique. There is actually a second technique, and technically it's the same trick, but for me it really isn't, because it's more of a broken way. And this is when you do a high around the world, and it changes the technique completely. So you're gonna hit the ball directly up, you're gonna do a nice high around the world, and then you're gonna wait for the ball to drop down, and then you're gonna clipper it. Now I don't like this way because I don't think it's as stylish, and it's a bit more predictable, and also it's harder to control the ball from the clipper because the ball is dropping from a higher height. But if you want to do it that way, it's entirely up to you. So once you've practiced and you've thought about that technique where you're using the spin and you're stepping over the ball, you're using your body weight, you're essentially ready to try the clipper itself, and you just need to go for the full trick basically. And if your clipper is good, you should be able to get it. And I would say the most important part here is to really think about taking your time and letting the ball hang on your foot a little bit. And to do this, you need to bend down with it a little bit as well, because if you don't do that, then it's going to be very hard to flick the ball up, because when you flick the ball up, you need to come back and uncross your legs. So that's really important. So if you're struggling with this trick and you're kind of close to it, think about the height, think about how far you're stepping over, and also think about if you're bending your knees down to launch the ball back up again. So that's it for the butterfly tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you go out there and get creative with it. It's a really fun trick. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and hit a like, and leave a comment. Let me know which other tutorials you would like to see. And I'll be back again with a new one very soon. Until then, take care. Peace.